What's up guys, Jimmy here with another Lots of Games video. Today I'm going over with you guys all the big PS4 games coming in 2019 and beyond. As it states, I'm going to be going over the list that was found at the GameSpot website. There's a lot of these types of lists, big games coming out for different systems that you could check out on different websites and also YouTube channels. This one on GameSpot, pretty solid, some great games. Let's get right into it. A game that's coming out in February, and that is Anthem. Anthem, of course, is going to be published by EA, developed by BioWare. I'm not too sure what to think about Anthem. I don't have a whole lot of experience with it. Of course, I saw the reveal at the, I believe it was the Xbox conference. That's when they first revealed the game. And it is going to be coming out February 22nd this year, next month. So it's going to be here in a matter of weeks. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Are you guys looking forward to this one? Let me know. I'm really interested. I'll probably end up playing this one for sure. Next up, we have Babylon's Fall. This is one I'm super excited for because it's actually developed by Platinum Games. Huge fan of Platinum Games. It says to be announced, there's going to have a release date 2019, but there's no solid release date for it. Pretty much everything that Platinum Games makes, I absolutely love. It says you play as a knight with unique magical abilities. There's probably like 100 different games that has that same preference, but not those 100 games are made by Platinum Games. So we'll have to wait to learn more about this title in the near future. Next up, we have a game that a lot of people really thought was not going to happen, and that's Beyond Good and Evil 2. This is going to be a prequel to the title that was released back in 2003. So we're talking about back in the day for like the PS2 and the GameCube. So Beyond Good and Evil 2, super exciting. Definitely has a bizarre look and feel to it. I played the first one, loved it. It's going to be published by Ubisoft. I'm looking forward to this one for sure. Does not have a concrete release date just yet. Okay, next up, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. This one was kickstarted, I believe, back in 2014 or 2015. If you're into Castlevania, this is a no-brainer. Totally a no-brainer. Does not have a concrete release date. Now, keep in mind, I believe this one has been delayed like 2 or 3 times. So, I know, I get it. I totally get it. I want to make sure a game's not broken, but I'm not sure if, when the game was kickstarted back in 2015 and we're here now in 2019. This is a 2D or 2.5D game. I'm not sure if the entire time this years of being development, if the feet have been hit in the ground, if I don't know how hard they've been working on this game. I know, I'm sure they've been working hard on the game, but I'm sure there's been lulls in the development because personally, I don't think it should take 4 or 5 years to develop this game, but I don't know anything about. You're probably saying, Jimmy, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Hopefully it won't get delayed again. I played the demo. I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited for it. And a lot of people, it was a smash hit on Kickstarter. A lot of people were super excited to play it. So definitely will be playing this one this year if it does not get delayed. Next up, Code Vein. It says that it's described as an anime Dark Souls. It does not have a solid release date. It says it's coming out for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. For some reason, I thought there was talk about coming to the Switch, but I guess that's not going to be happening. But this is one I'm definitely interested in checking out. Looks pretty incredible. Third-person action RPG. So yeah, definitely up my alley. Next up, Control, made by Remedy, the folks that made Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and the Max Payne, first couple Max Payne games. Control has, if you look at the gameplay or you look at the trailer for that one and you look at the trailer for Quantum Break, there's definitely some similarities. I will definitely be playing this. I'm a big fan of Remedy. Does not have a concrete release date just yet. Cyberpunk 2077. Not sure if this one's coming out for the PS4. I would think it would be coming out for the PS5. We'll have to wait and see on this. But if you're into quality open world games, this is should be at the top of your list for sure. And I would imagine by E3 you'll be able to learn about, CD Projekt Red might go, hey, this is when the game's getting released. Because this game was announced years ago, and just last E3, I believe, they're like, hey, this is for real. Check this out. It's coming. we'll learn more about Cyberpunk 2077, hopefully sooner than later. Okay, this one looks pretty freaky. Looks like this Joker-looking thing, this looks pretty freaky. The Dark Pictures Man of Medan. This is made by the folks who are responsible for Until Dawn, so it's like, okay. Does not have a concrete release date. Now, Until Dawn, of course, was a PS4 exclusive. This one is coming out also, not just the PS4, but also the Xbox One and the PC. And this last part is, it's horror and you're solving puzzles. It says that here you're struggling to avoid getting murdered with like a lot of other games out there. But it says that this is the interesting thing. Man of Medan is the first of an anthology of horror games. So, very interesting. Definitely be interested in checking more about this one in the near future when more details are given. Days Gone. So Days Gone is a game, of course, that was supposed to be coming out in 2018. Wasn't quite ready. Huge post-apocalyptic open world. And the cool thing is I was checking out some of the trailers where like there's these different outposts or humans, enemies, and you can set traps or alarms where like these zombies or freakers attack the bad guys or the men. The zombies obviously are the bad guys. There's like hundreds of them gunning for you, going for you, but you're not just having to worry about the undead. This one looks pretty amazing. This one will be a PS4 exclusive, and it's coming out this spring, April 26th. So it's going to be here in a few months. So I know a lot of you guys, that's one of the games that's at the top of your list. Days Gone looks really great. Okay, Dead or Alive 6. Here's another one that's coming out. It's coming out February 15th. And just kind of put things in perspective, the first Dead or Alive game was released on the PS1. Okay, so the first Dead or Alive game is, I think it's over 20 years ago when the first Dead or Alive game was released. I'm a big fan of the series. It's not the best fighting game series in the world, but it is really, really fun where it switches things up. Where like, depending on where you're fighting, you can knock someone out of a window or off a balcony, and then you're on a totally different fighting space. It's a lot of fun. This one is, I'm sure, is going to be a blast to play. Dead or Alive 5 had that whole thing with the free-to-play model. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing it with this one. So there. Death Stranding. Okay, here's another one. I'm not sure if this one's coming out for the PS4. And if it does, it'll definitely be also coming out for the PS5. Kojima, hats off to the guy, okay? Like, the way that Konami treated Kojima, I don't know, creative differences, I don't know, but, Konami was given, they did not give him his just due, in my opinion, but Kojima, he actually, Sony is totally behind Kojima. I don't know if they gave him a blank check, but regardless, after everything's said and done, Kojima has resources to make games the way he wants to make them. And that's like, I guess, that's honestly, isn't that every real gaming creator's dream? Like a lot of them are super struggling, but to be able to have the resources, have the vision, have the talent at your disposal. I'm really interested to learn more about Death Stranding. There's been a lot of talk about this one, for better or for worse. I don't know if this one's coming out this year. If it does, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay, Devil May Cry 5. Here's another one that's coming out really soon. It's coming out March 8th of this year, okay? I love the games. I never actually played the reboot. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. The last time there was a Devil May Cry game, I believe it was when Devil May Cry 4 was released on the PS3 and PS3 and Xbox 360. Devil May Cry 4... that was, I would think, like close to 10 years ago. I mean, it's been a while since that fourth one was released. And then, of course, there was that reboot by Ninja Theory. But this one, DMC5, looks awesome. I definitely will be playing this one for sure. Okay, Doom Eternal. Hordes of people love the Doom that was released a couple years ago, a year or two. I'm not exactly sure when the release date. But this one, Doom Eternal. If you are into frantic, fast-paced, exciting first-person action, this one, again, should be at the top of your list. And it says that it's coming out this year. And I love the features that they push. It's fantastic. It says the Doomslayer is more powerful than before. And here's the kicker. The number of enemies have doubled. So, and it takes place on Earth. So there you go. Then if you like the amount of enemies in Doom, just wait, because Doom Eternal has double the enemies. Pretty sweet. Dying Light 2. So the first Dying Light game was a huge hit on Xbox One, PS4, PC. This one looks awesome. And it doesn't have a concrete release date. Open world, and it's going to have parkour action that you found in the first game. And yeah, I mean, this one's going to be great. I know there's a lot of zombie games out there, but this one's one for sure worth checking out. Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, I don't know if Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be coming out for the PS4. It definitely will come out for the PC, but as far as Xbox One, PS4, probably won't be coming out for those systems. But you never know. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog was released on the Sega Master System. Okay, yeah, to be announced, I would imagine that's going to be another 2 to 3 years before we get the Elder Scrolls 6. Who knows, though? Bethesda might go, oh man, we really bombed with Fallout 76. We need to sell some games. What do we got? We got Elder Scrolls 6. Well, when's that supposed to be released? 2 or 3 years. Okay, scratch that. Make that for a 2019 release. We're really bleeding money now. Who knows? Who knows what Bethesda is like? I don't know. They're not the same Bethesda. There's crazy things going on over at Bethesda. Next up, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh man, I don't know when that one's coming out. And I don't know if that's coming out to the PS4. I hope it does. There hasn't been, I mean, it was announced at E3 2015, and there's been like crickets. I love this game when it was released on the PS1. Is my favorite game on the PS1. But I don't know about, it's going to be definitely have different way. The combat's going to be different. There's a lot of things going to be different. I definitely will be playing it for sure, for better or for worse. I'm gonna give it a try, but who knows when that will be. Ghost of Tsushima. This one by Sucker Punch does not have a concrete release date. This one will be a PS4 exclusive, and it looks beautiful. I will be playing this one for sure. Sucker Punch, they make great games. The setting is set in 1294. You're fighting the Mongol invasion. It looks awesome. It looks great. Okay, this one looks really interesting. I don't know a whole lot about it. Judge Eyes. It says the team behind the Yakuza series. Of course, there's been a flood of Yakuza games coming out on the PS4. You know, they've got the 2 Kiwami games. You've got 0 or O, and then you've got 6, The Song of Life. This one, though, it says that the developer said expect something completely different from the Yakuza series. You play as a former lawyer turned... Let me try that again. You turn former lawyer turned detective, investigating a series of murders in Japan. Interesting. Very interesting. Lawyers like, you know what? This is boring. I want to get my hands dirty. I want to get in the action. It takes place in Japan. Should be awesome. We'll learn more about that. If that one came out in 2019, that would be another... I mean, talk about stacking the chips. We're like, oh man, 2019 is going to be awesome. Let's see here. Jump Force. Okay, this is pretty sweet. It takes characters or heroes from franchises like Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece. And visually, the game is like, dude, is this like a cinematic cutscene? But no, it's the gameplay. It looks beautiful. And it's coming out next month, February 15th. It's going to be here in around a month. So if you are into like these franchises, if you're into these fighting games, this looks like, yeah, this should be like, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, put things in perspective. Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PS2 when it was released. Kingdom Hearts 2 was released back in 2005. It's been close to 14 years. That's crazy. It's coming out this month. It's actually coming out. You know, we got these dozens of characters. Yeah, I will be playing this one for sure. The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, this is another title. I do think it will be coming out for the PlayStation 4, but I think definitely it'll be coming out for the PlayStation 5. With the Last of Us, when it was remastered of course it came out, Last of Us was on the PS3, then it was remastered on the PS4, and then the cool thing about the PS4 version, it gave you that option to play the game at 60 frames per second. I'm sure there's going to be some when it's released on the PS4, like, hey, there's some enhancements or some features you'll get when you play it on the PS4 Pro, but oh yeah, this is a definite must-play title, whether you're playing on the PS4 or PS5. I could definitely see it coming out on the PlayStation 5. Okay, Metro Exodus, I'm stoked for. I reviewed Metro Last Light years ago when it came out. And this game, I'm not sure what the studio is like, but when Metro Last Light was developed, it was developed by this really small studio. And of course, there's Metro 2033, but Metro Last Light, small, obscure studio, and they nailed it for like unique first-person shooting experiences. This one looks beautiful. I'm all over this one, and oh my gosh, I forgot. This one's coming out next month. I will be playing this one for sure. I don't know if I have enough time for all these games, guys. This is bad. Mortal Kombat 11. Check this out. Coming out, another one in the spring, April 23rd. This one just got announced not too long ago. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, this is coming. But yeah, it's going to be here in a few months. And the cool thing is it's also coming out for the Switch. Mortal Kombat 11 on the go? This is crazy. Yeah, it's coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch. The only thing it's not coming out for is the Ouya, but this is fantastic. Neo 2. Neo originally, the first Neo was originally a PS4 exclusive, then it got brought to the PC, and people fell in love with it on both platforms. This one initially is going to be coming out on the PS4. Not sure if it's coming out this year. And it is developed by, don't tell me, it's Team Ninja or Ninja Theory. I'm trying to remember who I will put a little notation on the video, but the Neo got rave reviews. People fell in love with it, and we've got the sequel. So pretty awesome, pretty exciting. Samurai action game. Okay, Psychonauts 2. Here's another sequel. We talked about Beyond Good and Evil 2. Psychonauts 2. This one. It's been 14 years since the original, and the problem was, here's the problem. The good thing is that people who played it loved it, but the problem was the game did not sell that well at all for what they were hoping or expecting. But hand it to Double Fine to really push it, talk about it, and get the ball rolling, and they're coming out with the Psychonauts 2, which is fantastic. It does not have a set release date. Not sure if it's going to come out this year. Not sure if it's going to come out next year. Okay, Rage 2. I'm excited for this one. Much more. I love the first Rage game. This one has a lot more color to it. And they kind of cranked up the volume in terms of the insanity of action, for sure. It's coming out June. So a lot of you guys getting out of school are like, sweet, the school's about to end. Let's play some open world shooting action with Rage 2. Should be a lot of fun. And then we have Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is coming out this month. So this month, there's a few different games, and I might have already talked about more of these, but Kingdom Hearts 3, you've got Resident Evil 2 Remake, and this looks beautiful. It's been 20 years since the first one was, 1998, and it's not like they're like, oh, this is a remaster version. They're making this sucker from the ground up, and it looks gorgeous. It really, really does. I will be playing this one. Okay, here's this one, Sea of Solitude. It's going to be published by EA Games, but it's a small indie studio, and I was checking out some of the gameplay for it. It looks really interesting. It looks really fantastic. Yeah, this is one of the few indie titles in this list, and for good reason. I definitely approve this. Check out some of the interviews for with the developer. I was checking out the developer for this game, and I couldn't find really any of the other games that they had made except for this one they're currently making. Sea of Solitude does not have a concrete release date yet, but it looks pretty awesome. Looks great. Okay, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This one is coming out in March, and it is a game by From Software. So, stealth action elements and more acrobatic maneuvers. So, you know, a little more fluid movement and things you could do, more options for movements when compared to the Dark Souls game. And yeah, this one is going to be here in a couple months, 10 weeks or so. Okay, now look at this. Sekiro, which is awesome, has got this big picture here. GameSpot, seriously, could you have picked a smaller, like low-res picture for Shenmue 3? I know a lot of people don't really know about Shenmue 3, but this one is coming hopefully in August. When I finished Shenmue 2 years ago on the original Xbox, I'm like, oh my gosh, when is the sequel coming out? And I went on these forums and people were like, dude, I got bad news for you, but this game is not coming out. But sure enough, Shenmue 3 is a thing. It's been in development. It was a smash hit on Kickstarter. I believe it was Kickstarter. It wasn't Indiegogo, it was Kickstarter. Coming out this year, hopefully it's been delayed once or twice. But yeah, I'm excited to continue the story of Shenmue. Then we have Skull and Bones, published by Ubisoft. It does not have a concrete release date, but for those of you that have played the Assassin's Creed games and you have the naval combat, this one's supposed to be more in-depth of hitting the open seas, entering to these battles, and it looks beautiful. Check out some of the gameplay for it, and if you like the naval warfare or battles upon the open sea in Assassin's Creed, check this one out for sure. Splunk E2, this one, not a concrete release date for this year, but you know, the original Splunky was released on lots of different platforms and had a huge cult following. I'm not sure if I'll be playing this one. I might give it a try. Starfield, okay, I can probably say with not 100% surety, but 95% surety, that this game is not going to be released on the PS4. They even talk like this is for next generation consoles, so I'm not sure why GameSpot did this. Maybe as a reminder, like, hey, Bethesda's making this franchise or this new IP is Bethesda hasn't had a new IP in 25 years. Here it is, but it's coming out for PC. You know, PC obviously, but it's not coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One. 95% sure, not 100% sure, but that's from what I've heard. So Starfield. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is published by EA and developed by Respawn. Coming out next year for the holidays. I thought Respawn did a great job with the Titanfall games. And this one looks like it could have potential. I don't know. I remember like 15, 20 years ago, you had like LucasArts and like you had all these different Star Wars games being developed, and dude, they were cranking out the Star Wars games. I also remember just cranking them out on the PC and the PS1. It was crazy. Some of them were good, some of them were really bad. Like the bad ones were like the one like that one fighting game that was awful, but this one might be good. Okay, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. It's going to come here in a couple of months. Once this game, well, the original Division, once that they kind of fixed the issues and made the game that was supposed to be, it was a solid title for sure. I will be playing The Division 2, no doubt. Okay, Trials Rising. Here's another game that's going to be published, I believe, by Ubisoft. If you were into... this is physics-based racing, and there's been other Trials games, and some of the levels can be very challenging, but once you complete a level, it can be very, very rewarding. If you are quick to be frustrated with some games, do not play this one. Okay, do not. Trust me. Coming out in February. Okay, so next month, this one, Trials Rising. I'm telling you guys, next few months, some of these games you might be interested in, some of these games you might not be interested in, but you have to admit, you've got games coming, you know, sooner than later. Okay, Twin Mirrors, Don't Nod Entertainment, partnering with Bandai Namco. You know, you have that weird TV series, Twin Peaks. I don't know, it's Twin, I don't know, maybe it's just a coincidence, but it is a psychological thriller. coming out this year. And, you know, the developers, like, yeah, I definitely will be checking this one out for sure. Wasteland 3. I never played Wasteland 2 or any of the Wasteland games. If you played Wasteland 2, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Not sure when it's going to come out this year. Wolfenstein Youngblood. I would imagine, I think this is maybe going to be a standalone expansion like Wolfenstein New Blood, that one that came after the New Order. But yeah, this one looks like it has a lot of potential that could be really, really good. Okay, next up, Beyond 2019 Ancestors, The Humankind Odyssey. I was checking out this game. This game is supposed to span over the next 9 million years. You play as primates, and it looks like it has some potential. But some of the comments I was reading is like, oh man, the camera on this game looks really bad. But, well, maybe they'll fix that whole thing. It has an interesting premise for sure. Well, guys, there are all the big games coming out for the PS4 for 2019 and beyond. Again, if there are any missed games, let me know in the comment section. I'll make sure to include those missed games in the video description. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you later.